some people say too hard on Billy Joe Saunders. That was a good performance. I call bullshit, and I don't know what you was looking at, because to me, that wasn't no good performance. That was somebody who either didn't come to win, or they was too scared shitless to get anything going for themselves. That's just the truth. You know, when it comes to Billy Joe Saunders stayed on the back foot the entire time. He allowed Canelo Alvarez to walk his ass down. And in return, he ended up getting fatigued because he did not stand his ground. Canelo is slowly moving forward at a methodical pace, and Billy Joe Saunders is dancing all around the ring. Canelo made him work twice as hard than what he needed to work to actually get the fight going. So he's actually fatiguing himself by overworking himself, by not standing his ground, because he didn't want to stand in front of Canelo none of the time, which is understandable, because why would you want to stand in front of Canelo when you're not utilizing all your punch selection? Nobody can explain to me what was Billy Joe's game plan. It's obvious he doesn't have a game plan when you look at him, because as they said in the commentary, he'll do good if he just let his hands go. He did not let his hands go. He would not let that left hand go. He kept that right up by his face. And even though he wouldn't let that left hand go and kept it right up by his face, he was still getting whacked with Canelo's hooks. So at the end of the day, you might as well should have let it go. And one thing you're going to notice, because it only happened 3 times during the fight, every time Billy Joe Saunders threw in combinations or threw more than one punch at a time, he did good with Canelo. He gave Canelo problems. It's only 3 times in the fucking fight. Only 3 times he even worked up to have enough courage to throw more than one punch at a time standing in front of Canelo. So either he didn't come to win, or he was that scared shitless that he couldn't get shit going for himself. Because you can't tell me that you expected to win that fight with just pumping out that jab with nothing following up behind it. It didn't make no sense. So they say, oh, that was a great... No, it wasn't no great performance. Sorry. When you're not utilizing your natural attributes, which is your reach, your range, and your size, and your so-called ring IQ and all that other shit, when you can't do that, then you're not trying, because these are your natural abilities that you can use, it's your natural advantages. He didn't do none of that. He didn't do none of that. So either he didn't come to win, or he was that damn scared. And it's either one or the other. But it can't be both. Because once again, that performance makes no sense. Because if you ask me, it was somebody who just didn't fucking try. Or they was too scared to try. But either way, people can't tell me, oh, well, you're too hard on Billy Joe Saunders. I'm sorry. Did Billy Joe not say this? Did he not? See, when you talk like that, I mean, you can't blame me for holding you to a damn standard. You know what I'm saying? You can't blame me. But nonetheless, I never thought Billy Joe Saunders was going to win. But I at least thought he was going to put on a better performance than that. He made Canelo look 9 times greater than what the fuck he actually is. Because I would like to give credit and say, yeah, no, it was Canelo that was nullifying him and shutting him down enough. It was just the fact that Billy Joe didn't have enough guts to try. Because every time he went out on a limb and tried, go back and watch it. It's 3 times during the fight. Every time he threw in a combination, he was fucking Canelo up. But he wouldn't keep it going. He wouldn't follow up behind the jab. He wouldn't let his left hand go. He wouldn't establish his respect. He danced around the ring the entire time. It got tired and had nothing left. But when you talk about you rather your post stop than to go out like somebody else, and you end up going out the same way that they would, I mean, it ain't shit else to say. See, back in the day, it was okay for you to hold boxers to a certain standard, and people didn't like create excuses for you or stuff like that. But no, that wasn't no good performance. I don't care what people say, and no, you can't credit that to Canelo. That was purely Billy Joe Saunders either not coming to win, or he was too fucking scared. Period. But like I always said, he wasn't gonna win no damn way. He could have put on a great performance. He wasn't gonna beat Canelo. Period. But don't say I'm too harsh on somebody when they sit and talk about, I'd rather my post stop than to go out like this, that, and the third. Hell, that ain't my fault. I done told him to say it. You talk plenty of big shit. Oh, I'm this. Oh, I'm that. Oh, I'm gonna school Canelo. And at the end of the day, this is what you gotta say. When you have an opportunity like Billy Joe Saunders had, wouldn't you expect him to at least put on a better performance than that? I mean, let's be honest. Wasn't even challenging. Let's be real. It wasn't even challenging. It wasn't. I at least expect him to at least pickle him a little bit, at least challenge him a little bit. Billy Joe Saunders did none of that shit, man. And y'all can say broken eye socket. Y'all can say, I don't want to hear that shit. Because all I know is back in the day, I ain't never have to worry about criticizing a fighter. I have to take into consideration, oh, he had a broken eye socket. He had this. Man, they just fought. I understand that era is never coming back in boxing. Believe me, I slowly understand that shit. But other than that, Billy Joe didn't fucking try. And if he did try, and that's what he got, he was scared fucking shitless of Canelo. I'm talking about scared shitless. Now, ain't no reason for you to be that scared, but he was scared shitless. So which one y'all want it to be? Either he didn't come to win, or he was too scared to even fucking do shit. I think it's a little bit of fucking both, to tell you the truth. But, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. But to me, nah, not too hard on him. You shouldn't talk like something if you can't actually be that. And then when people actually believe you and they hold you to a standard and then you don't deliver, shit, of course you're going to be criticized. But hell, fuck no. That was like I said, that fight was hot mess, man. That dude fought like trash. Pure trash. And didn't utilize all the tools in his arsenal. Just wanted to jab him to death. You know what I'm saying? One shot here and then take off. One shot there and then take off. One shot here. You can't tell me you expected to win like that. I don't care with nobody. You can't tell me, boxing aficionados, trainers, that you can't tell me that you expected to win a fight just jabbing fucking Canelo. You can't tell me that. Not at all. But, you know, that's just my opinion on the shit. We thought some conversation about